Welcome to my trading recaps on for Tuesday, October 6th, 2020. So I traded three tickers today. I traded OPTT pre-markets, NAKD, and the biggest movers today, PPSI. I overtraded on PPSI pre-markets to the open. It was quite choppy when I traded pre-markets, but overall more grains in red and bigger greens. I had like a lot of paper cuts on PPSI with small losses. And then the one that turning around is the 5%, 10%, and 16%. Yeah, the 5%, 10%, 16% gains on PPSI. That's my biggest winners today. Overall, $10 on PPSI. I lost like $1.20 on OPTT and make $2.55 on NAKD. So here's my screen. So the first ticker that I traded was OPTT pre-markets. As you can see on here, I basically traded while it's like choppy. It's descending. So I trade on this consolidation move. At first, when I entered, I didn't know that there was gonna be a consolidations. I thought that was just gonna it was gonna bounce from 150 back to 160. That was my goal. And was planning to risk like 5 cents. But because of this consolidations, I basically just exit when the low break. The key the key about this is in a consolidation, I should have gotten out like break even or 1 cent loss because it's basically consolidations. Don't know where it's gonna move because later on it broke to the 145 and then never break it back again, and it made some like very sideways move, not very good move in the 140s, in the high 140s. The best thing about it is that it never went under 135, or it never touches 130. It's basically trading around the 140s, and then at the market open to like the first hour, and for the rest of the day, it has been moving quite high, steadily going up. So the key part about this ticker is that I'll be watching for tomorrow move. I underestimated it today. I'll be watching it tomorrow. It could have a move like WWR. Yeah, it could have a move like WWR. I've been watching WWR for like a while now, but it became way too big for me to trade. So I basically just let it go. But potential like WWR. I'm not saying like sympathy play, but it has its own. OPTT has its own move. So I'm expecting it to like move more crazy, right? Really. If tomorrow it can break out 288, or if it could gap up, I'm not sure where it's going to go. But if it gap down and they come back up to 288, might have like a short squeeze. The second trade that I traded was NAKD. I traded this ticker at this point, 1219, right? Because when I was looking at the red candle right here, I saw the red candle. It was looking like a morning panic. Yeah, it was looking like a morning panic. It wasn't too big, but I entered at 1219. My risk was 1183. I entered with 500 shares, so basically put in like $50. or $60 around there. And then I basically sold at 1270, the meat of the move, on this red candle, because there is like let's see, yeah, because there were like resistance at like 1273, and basically it resistance. So I basically just took a 4% move. Good choice too, because it barely went over, it barely went to third chain, and then it has been trading down like all day. In the market open, after hour, it did move like quite a bit, but overall, I took the meal of the move of this trade, which is good. I overtraded PPSI, as you can see again, right before the big move. So even though it's an overtrade, I would say it was good trades, because most of them were based on a plan. My plan at this point was cut my losses quickly, and then hold my winner for be patient with my winner. Like if the let's see, if I enter right, and if it went below my entry level, if it doesn't hit my risk, I will stay. But if I enter, it move higher, it came down to my entry, I'll get out. Basically it. Be patient with my winner. If it never came back down to my exit, and it doesn't hit my target level, I will stay in there, and if it hit my target level, I will get out. But if it's coming down to my entry, I will cut my losses as quickly as can be. But if I enter, it goes down, I'll be a bit patient for it until it hit my risk level. And this is what happened here. I entered 284, and my risk was like 5 cents on here. And I was patient with it, and I took the meat of the move here. I exit at D17 and D12, which was good. It was the meat of the move. This was like a 10% gain. My first decent gain. And then I re-enter at D07. My risk was 10 cents. The key part about this is it went to D20s, but I want to move higher, back to like a D50s or D30s. I want to move to the D30s, D40s. And it came back down on me. So I basically cut my losses at D08. Even though, yeah, this was an example of me cutting my losses like very quickly. Because later on, it went down to 85, and I would have cut for a bigger loss. And then here, it rebounces again, and I re-enter with 20 shares. It went to the $3 area. It came back down. It came back down. And basically, I just took my losses. I basically just cut my losses at 394. And seeing that it was making higher highs, right? I re-entered 305, and I took my loss at 294. 10 cents loss, really. Not higher highs, higher lows. Because previous low was 85, the new low was 90. So yeah, I was chop. I was chop. And then I re-entered at 301. Let's see. Yes. I re-enter at 301. Could have been more patient with this trade. But I basically just cut my losses as it was coming down. And then re-enter again at 310. I re-enter again at 310. And it failed to move higher, so I basically cut my losses. Break even. And here, it went higher. I entered 25, my risk 20, and again I cut my losses at 29 chain and re-enter at 328 because it was a higher lows, it was an uptrend. So I re-enter as the move was coming back up. 328, it went higher, and I exit at 345. These were pretty much like break even, really. And then it's still making higher lows, even though it failed to make the higher lows here. The low here was still higher than this part, 305. And I re-enter at 24. My risk was the low, so 15. And I exit at 29 because it was coming back down to my entry. So I basically just cut my losses. It went down to the 30 chain. I would have been chopped. And I re-enter at the 8 chain, exit, re-enter, exit. Could have been a bit more patient here, but still cutting my losses quickly because as you can see here, the move wasn't too great. And then I re-enter on 18, right? To the open. And I basically saw at 27. I should have held because it later did move break at 350 and went higher to like 360. Should have hold. But I took my 90 cents on this trade. My biggest mistake was my entry at 350 353 because I didn't give it enough time to like actually consolidate, and I was just jumping in. And I lost 20 cents on this. An example of me not cutting my losses quickly. I lost 20 cents on this. The good part is I cut my losses. That's basically it. That's the good part. And then it went down. All right. And then it went down. And I was trading in the consolidation area. And I basically just in, out, in, out, in, out. Because it was consolidation. So I was getting like paper cuts. And then my trades at 313 right here. Or is it like, yeah, my trades at 313. I was being patient, aiming to make like 30 cents a share. I I sold it. I sold at 340. Patient work here, because if not, I would have gotten out like the 20s, making like 10 cents a share. I sold at 340s, 5 cents, and then I was holding 5 cents for like a move to like 50 or higher, and it came back down to my entry. So I basically just took my losses, just cut it, and then I re-enter at 322 because it was a higher low, and it was a. There was a clear risk level. So I re-enter at 322, being patient, and then it squeezed to like 370s, and I got out there. I couldn't hold, but I already have like made a decent for my small accounts. 1% gain overall for my small accounts. Basically wipe out like all my losses from last week and this week, and make like a bit more. Small gains. What I did not expect was it breaking $5 and then squeezing to 6, squeezing to 7, eventually squeezing to 9. I already stopped trading at this point because it was mentally draining. So the thing is, this was a nice ABCD. One, like let's see, let me draw the line here. This was a nice ABCD. A, B, C, D. Or no, A, B, C, D. Yeah, on the breakout of this line, D. You can enter as C, break out this line, and then, yeah. I thought that took the me at the move. I didn't expect it, this parabolic move. It was a nice move. I missed it. I was happy with my 16%. Took a small portion of the move. At least I witnessed it. But I didn't trade it anymore. So far, with these supernova play, like what I've from my previous two supernova combined with this one, I basically just took a small portion of the move. To talk about being patient with my winner is that if it hit my goal, I get out. If it hit my losers, I get out. I might get out for a break even. If it go up, came down, break even. If it's continue to go up, good. I'll just leave it, and then if it if it hit my target level or move higher, I get out for small gains. If it my risk when I enter, I exit. So yeah, basically, this is my biggest move, 50 cents. The key part about this was that yeah, basically a bunch of paper cuts, really. Basically a bunch of paper cuts. Just like my first move here, my second move, third move, and then my last trades were made up like the most of my trading today, profits today. Still need to work on I still need to work on my overtrading issues. But I look at this as a good trade on the basis of cutting my losses quickly, saving myself from being mentally drained with big losers, especially at my entry at D50, which wasn't ideal. It was such a quick move in the morning. It wasn't ideal. Yeah, was not ideal. Because as you can see, if I actually didn't cut at 330, I would have lost 50 to 60 cents a share on it. I didn't know that it's gonna go parabolic. It lost 50 to 60 cents. That would stop me from trading for the rest of the day. Because to me, that's a big loss. That's more than 10%, more than a 10% loss. And as you can see, my trade, my biggest was only a 50-cent gain. So I never want to get that big of a loss. So they were good trades in that I basically took paper cuts, cutting my losses quickly. So those were good. The bad part is over trading because it diminishes my buying power. Made me not want to trade anymore, as you can see here on these big move. So yeah, need more patience on my entries and better entries with better setups. But as long as my gains are bigger than my losses, winner, as well as like cutting my losses like as quick as possible. Be patient with my gains until you hit my target, then exit. Because the key was what I'm thinking of doing is to hit 5% right on the move up. If it hit 5%, use that as my new risk. Use that as my new risk level. It hit 10%, use that as my new risk level. If it hit 15, risk level, new risk level, and then higher and higher and higher. So yeah, because that will always guarantee profits. Even if it's a small profits, at least it will still be a 5% or higher. If and cutting my losses within like 1 to 2%. Aim to cut my losses within 1 or 2%. So overall, I make like $12 today with all the trades. And that'll be all.